Hey, what's going on, family? This is E-Ray Blitz, and I'm just coming to you to kind of relax, So we're just going to be talking about the previous transfers that taken place over the weekend. So again, here at the PLC, we have transfer windows, and during those transfer windows, we have Pokemon we have on our teams, and we exchange those Pokemon for the Pokemon that's on the wire. And I showed you the wire, but I'm gonna pull it up here. So these are the Pokemon on the wire, and we exchange our Pokemon that we don't want on our teams for something that's on this wire so that we can use on the following week in battle. So I'm just going to talk about that today, and I'm going to pretty much rank those or grade them. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm just going to get started. I'm not going to waste no more time. But before, I apologize, but please, if you haven't done so already, can you please hit that like and subscribe button? It really helps out, and I really appreciate it. So let's get started. So starting from the top in the order that they were done. We're gonna start at the top with me, E-Ray Blitz. So I swapped out my Sunflora for Mudsdale. Rank wise, this is an A. I am running sort of a trick room team, so you can look at my team, and it's no brainer that I'm running trick room. I got hat, I got bronze on. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to set up trick room in that match. And Sunflora definitely is slow. It's great. It gets solar power in the sun. It probably could be a good option if I had sun. Yes, I can manually set sun, but it didn't really. I have a bad habit of just using stuff that I want to use, which is kind of the beauty of our meta. You can use what you want when you want. You don't have to be subject to meta slaves or playing based on what the meta needs or requires to be successful. I can just use what I want to use. But besides the point, swapping Sunflora for Mudsdale is definitely a come up. Mudsdale having that huge bulk, ground typing, stamina is too good of an ability. There's so many gimmicks around it that I can take advantage of to get Mudsdale set up. It's definitely going to be a threat, and I've played with it, I have a lot of experience with it, and it's going to be fun to use. I definitely give that exchange an A. Now the next one in line is Ian, or CEO. So Ian selected Morgan, and he swapped out Winkalone for it. And honestly, I give this exchange a C. Before y'all get on my heads, Morgan Eviolite is going to be used, of course. So it's going to get a little bit of bulk, and it's a prankster user. So you can use all kind of cool things with prankster. But Winkalone, I don't think it's getting enough credit that it deserves. Being at 115, 70, 95, I believe, in defenses. It's a fairly bulky mon to use. Some pretty decent abilities for building around. It has Aromaville as the female, so Aromaville blocks your party from moves that affect their moveset, like Encore, Taunt, and things like that. That's going to be great when you're looking to set up. You're looking to set Trick Room. You put a Covert Clerk on your Trick Room setter so that you can't get faked out, and no one can taunt them to shut down your Trick Room. So you got something like that. It also has Thick Fat. The male has Lingering Aroma, which can cancel out abilities if contact is made. So it got some good things. It also gets to move Stuffed Cheeks. So Stuffed Cheeks, like the read twice, the ingredient allows Winkalone to eat its berry, and the effect of that berry is taking effect immediately, as well as gaining a +2 defense boost. So you got the opportunity again to get the +3 defense in one turn. It also gets body press, so you can take advantage of that. You can put a special defense boost berry on, go up 2 in defense and 1 in special defense in one turn. It's fairly slow, so it can definitely function under Trick Room. It has some good trinkets to use. So although Morgan probably can be justified as a better option, I don't think it's as much of a better option as one would believe looking at the surface of things without actually doing the research. So I give that a C. And also traced Jolteon for Simon's Kilowatt Trail this weekend. A lot of people seem to believe that's a one-sided trade. I don't believe that's a one-sided trade at all. Jolteon is a lot more bulky than Kilowatt Trail is. It's faster. So it gets Yawn, it gets Calm Mind. So it gets a lot of things. Pin Missile, if you have something like Mudsdale, like I picked up, you can definitely take advantage of that. So Jolteon is definitely a great mon, and I feel like that was more of an even swap than people give it credit for. So I don't feel any way about Simon being robbed, like some would say. I think that's a pretty even trade, in my opinion. For next up, you got Dan dropping Toxicroak for Primate. I give this a C as well. I give this a C because Toxicroak is a good utility for meta. One, it's a fake out user. There's not too many of those around, so it gets fake out. It gets nasty plot as well as a special attacking priority move in vacuum wave. So you can set up nasty plot and you can tear fighting to get the double stab on the priority fighting special attacking move. Fighting poison type, poison is a big upgrade in season 9. In generation 9. It also has dry skin, so it's immune to water. It does get a little weakness to fire, but you can also tear and take advantage of that. Tear into rock, for example, to make up for that weakness in fire and being immune to water. And if you do have sand, that rock boost and sand special defense is basically giving you an assault vest for the duration of sand. On something like Toxicroak with those utilities, it's a really good Pokemon to have in our meta, especially if you have sand. Or if you got rain, of course, you can go rock in the rain. You can't get hit by water. So it's definitely something that he kind of missed out on. He don't have sand or anything like that, but I understand the attraction of Primate. Primate's pretty good, especially with its Rage Fisting. You might have some little strat you want to take advantage of and stuff like that. Some cheese. It's all good. I don't think Primate is that much better than Toxicroak right now because of all the things that Toxicroak can provide for your team. But the beauty of that meta is you can use what you want, and you wanted to get Primate, so that's why I gave it a C. Next is Stephen B. And Stephen B dropped Copperajah for Frostlass. I would give this a B. Stephen B does have Tauros on his team, so Tauros has Anger Point and it also resists ice since it's gained the fire typing. So the little Anger Point G's can definitely be a threat or something that is going to really bug your opponent about facing him, about having to figure out ways to stop that Anger Point from popping off. So I definitely give that. Copperajah is also a great mon. It's a little bit slow, so if you're not running Trick Room, it could be a bit of a problem to get up and running. Base 130 attack with Sheer Force is nothing to write off, so you are giving that up. But I do understand the utility of having Frostlass on your team, the ghost typing. It does have some utilities to run Will-O-Wisp and things like that that can make your team well-rounded. Remember I said before that the success of a team is based on having good offensive pressure and having good support. And the Frostlass is definitely going to be support, and that Copperajah is mostly offensive pressure, but he doesn't have the speed control to run it properly. So I give this exchange a B. Now Evan dropped Delibird for Bisharp. No brainer. That is absolutely an S ranking move there because OG Delibird is uber garbage and Bisharp is good. Not great, but it's good. But now that he can run Eviolite, it's definitely a great move to have. Nothing much more to say about that. Jordan Wade dropped Quillfish for Dragalge. So I'm going to give that a B. I'm going to give that a B because Dragalge is better than Quillfish. Quillfish does add some utilities like Intimidate, Acupressure, and things like that to your team that you can use. But that's about it. It's not very offensive. It's not very fast. It's not very bulky. So, but Dragalge does have the bulk. It has the speed to run in Trick Room. It's very slow. It also has adaptability, and with Terra providing double stab on whatever you decide to Terra to, that's kind of OD. So definitely a B for Jay Wade there. Corey dropped Swallow for Houndoom. So I give that an A. Swallow is mostly just support. Maybe some stalling trying, but it's not the bulkiest for what it could be for its role. And Houndoom has Flash Fire, and in this era, things with Flash Fire can Terra type to other types and gain an immunity, and it's just a good thing to have. And Dark and Fire typing is a great type to have right now, especially for this upcoming opponent of Jada Homie, who has the Armor Rouge combo with Indeedee female. I'm sorry, Indeedee male and Armor Rouge. So you're definitely going to be looking to capitalize on that dark tight. But you can also tear it to anything like grass and steel to take advantage of that flash fire you got there. A move transfer. Zach here is dropping squawkability for Appleton. Now I absolutely hate squawkability, so I'm going to give him an A off the strength of squawkability as being trash, and I hate it. Squawkability does have some interesting abilities. In iMeta, he can definitely be usable. He has a party shot. He has things he can use to make your team well-rounded. However, I hate squawkability. So just because he dropped it, I don't care. If we would have picked up with Deadly Bird, I probably would have gave him a B, even for Deadly Bird, because I just hate squawkability. I hate his design. I hate his hair. But moving along, Chris dropped sauce but for Florges. I give that an A. I just talked about Florges the previous week about how good I think it is in iMeta. His ability, Flower Reveal, and also it's a move he gets called Flower Shield in combination with Terra. I feel like it's great. His bulk, his move pool, it's a great move to have. And with his Sauce Bug, I feel like it's mostly a one-trick pony. He did get Chlorophyll, I believe, but I definitely feel like he had other Chlorophyll mounts he could have taken advantage of, so he can definitely move one. Philip, my Vespa Queen. You dropped my Vespa Queen. You get an F. Nothing else to talk about. You get an F because you're supposed to personally hand that to me. Now I got to pick it up off the wire. But anyway, let's analyze the move. He had Vespa Queen, which is a pretty decent stall. And stall, even though a lot of the healing moves were nerfed, stall is pretty good. He has pressure, and with Terra, you can now Terra to a type that takes advantage of your opponent and take advantage of that pressure ability. Sit around, boost up, and you got yourself a problem here. Theoretically, so I haven't really used it in theory, but just looking at it on paper, it's definitely something that you can try out and use in iMeta. It'd be fun to use. I may revisit it. He did pick up Stone Joiner. I give him a B for that. Stone Joiner is great because of its ability, Power Spot, free boost. Gets wide guard. Doubles matter, that's pretty good. Has a pretty decent physical bulk and physical attack. It has lackluster speed, but I mean, it's a rock type, and it's not very fast, but it's deceptively fast, so it's not as slow as one might think. So it can take advantage of Scarf users for rock slide. So not a terrible move, not an amazing one either, so that's why I gave it a B. Now Brandon next. Brandon is dropping Hypno, forgot to tell. I wasn't as crazy over the move as a lot of other people were. Both dropping psychic types. Hypno is pretty bulky, especially defensively and HP wise. A little bit more so than Got to Tell is. Got to Tell is get the edge in physical bulk. Got to Tell's ability is a little niche. That's the shadow tag can be a little scary depending on the matchup. And if you're not really running anything that's really going to take advantage of that shadow tag, then I mean, like I said, it's just an average B. Nothing great about this swap to me. The next one is Simon, and Simon is dropping Work Trio for Glalie, and I give this an S plus because I absolutely hate Work Trio's design. I hate Work Trios. I hate everything about Work Trio. I hate the fact that it's a physical attacker, not a special attacker. I hate his design. I hate his abilities. It's just freaking trash. So anything he would have picked by dropping Work Trio gets an A plus or above in my group because he picked Glalie to take advantage of his Water Tauros. You get an S plus. Probably one of the best upgrades in the group. And the last is me, and I trade Jordan Jada Homie. I trade him my Sudowoodo for the Spite Ops. I give this a D on my part. I give it like a B on Jada Homie's side of the equation because Sudowoodo it's not really bad in iMeta. Sudowoodo has some decent attack, decent HP, decent physical bulk. It's pretty slow. He does have the tools to run Trick Room. It gets Rockhead with Head Smash and Wood Hammer in a generation where you can tear it to grass to get stabbed on that Wood Hammer with no recoil damage. It gets rattled. You can take advantage of that. So I think I came out on the short end of the stick because I did want to use Spite Ops for its different versatility options to add. Stats are pretty trash. It's decently bulky. And I may not even bring it at all or use it before I drop it, but I did just want to have the option to be able to do so if I want it. So I decided to go ahead and go with the trade. He was going to drop Spot Ops anyway. I was probably going to drop Pseudo Widow, so I hit him up and was like, yo, let's go ahead and do this just in case I want to use it. I know for sure I'm not going to use Pseudo Widow, and he agreed to do so. So that's what we have. Later that night before the transfer window closed, Jordan went and dropped his Pseudo Widow for Like and Rock midnight, and I ranked this as a C because it can be good. However, I don't think it's overshadowed Pseudo Widow as much as one would think. As far as the utility to the team, I really believe he could have just stuck it out with Pseudo Widow. Probably been a little better off with the versatility. With that wood hammer with the rock head thing, I feel like that's a pretty good move, especially if you run a trick room. So that's just my opinion. But that wraps up the transfer window. So those are what I think. I looked at the previous moves. We have another transfer window at the end of the week after our first week of battle. So battles start this week. So keep on the lookout for the matches coming up. And thank you again. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, could you please do so? It'll really help out, and I really appreciate it. Besides that, please keep watching and keep up with the PLC content. There's going to be more people on our show to talk, and we're also going to be showing our videos, our battles here as well. So keep a lookout. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day.